Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Reaktoot. My name's Peter. Today we're going to talk about building a really quick and dirty reverb, super metallic sounding, really ghetto, but I think it'll be a good learning experience for everybody. So digital reverbs are based off of delay lines and all pass filters and comb filters and basically anything related to delay. Digital reverbs use all pass filters and comb filters in an effort to diffuse the delay so that you get a simulation of clapping in a room and then hearing the sound waves bounce off of the walls and the ceilings and the floors all at different times, all at different distances from the listener. So a lot of reverb designers use different configurations of delay lines, all pass filtering, comb filtering, whatever processing they see fit. Lots of different combinations and configurations to get a specific type of effect. You can either do like serial configurations, which is kind of that's the easiest to really talk about. That's what we'll be doing today, where that you kind of put all these effects in an order and it's very linear. Parallel, where you hear everything side by side. People can make matrices of delay lines and code filtering effects that all kind of dissipate within themselves, and it's really cool stuff. The basics would be best displayed by some kind of serial type dealio. So now I'm doing everything in a DAW now, so that's kind of weird. But I got this drum loop hooked up, and I got Reaktor loaded in as an effect. Just a few things set up right now. I have the Diffuser Delay, which you can find in built-in module delay, Diffuser Delay, and I just have a crossfade set up so that I can hear dry wet, from the dry signal, then the affected signal. And if you mouse over Diffuser Delay, it actually talks about, this is the building block that Reaktor uses for reverb effects. And then this is an all-pass filter used for constructing reverb effects when delay is at 0. This is a one-pole all-pass filter as used for building phaser effects. So it's a very multi-purpose thing. You get some really cool results. And just one of these things sounds like... So we got the delay parameter right there. And the diffusion, you can hear it increases the feedback and some light diffusion amongst the delay taps. Dry. And then with this jump on it. Awesome. So what we could do to make the delay taps a little more obscure is maybe make a couple more of these diffuser delay type dealios, duplicate, and then hook these things up like so. And then what we want to do is, instead of using the same exact values from the delay and the diffusion parameters, we need to alter them somehow. Almost all reverb units that you'll jump into using Reaktor all have these kind of seemingly contrived numbers that go into these things. That's never just a knob hooked up to a module like this. They're always kind of fine-tuned to get a specific effect. So that's what we're doing right now. We especially want to kind of increase or just mess with the delay parameter right there. I guess we could just start at 20 maybe. It's really just a matter of trial and error, seeing what sounds good. So we got a deal like that, and then we can duplicate, and then take the output of this guy and put it into there. So now we have this, the serial delay lines right there, and then maybe increase this to 30 or something. And what I like to do is take the outputs of all these things and combine them. And then scale them back, because the increase of amplitude would be pretty jarring. Maybe a third like that, and then hook this up to our crossfade. Right now we have just the delay tuned. I think we'll go back and use the diffusion, but this is what it sounds like right now. So already you start to get a roomier type sound. We could even go so far as to make its own feedback loop. Very carefully, because it might blow up in our face, but that's just a risk we have to take in an effort to achieve greatness. So we make our little feedback thing that we did in other tutorials. I already have an ad set up. Let's connect those. Oh, God. There we go. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Got our delay stuff. Let's increase the feedback slightly. Yeah. So we're getting some very weird roomy noises, which is totally what we're going for. Let's quickly, what time are we at right now? 7 minutes. Oh man. Okay, let's quickly make some tuned diffusion parameters per diffusion delay. So that's pretty easy. Since the value is -1 and 1, we can use the multi to maybe get some cool results. Maybe put in parameters like 0.1 or something. Like, I really don't know. It's really up to trial and error. And now, what I want to try and experiment with is possibly putting some effects in between these diffuser delay modules. A more obvious effect might actually be using a bandpass filter or some kind of subtractive filter. Maybe even a notch filter. That could be kind of cool. So, like before, we're just going to hook this dealio up, hook that up there, and maybe use the N output, load that in there. Yeah, already it's starting to sound pretty different. Duplicate that guy. Yeah, that's totally cool. We're always trying to keep an eye on the feedback level, especially when you start doing things with like resonance. It might blow up in your face, but you never really know. All right. I'd say that's pretty good basics of digital reverb. Trying to make something kind of cool sounding. It sounds pretty metallic, but that's because we're using a very basic and antiquated layout. And it's also in mono too. But it covers the basics nonetheless. If you're interested in this stuff, definitely open up Space Master or any of the other reverbs that Reaktor uses, and just to check it out, because it's really fascinating how they do it. We can even look at the Space Master 1, and we can see some of the terminology that we covered here: early diffusion, late diffusion. So they even have their own time-based module set up ready to go, like the earlier diffusion delays that you'll hear in a room, and then the later kind of tail end of things. And those are these numbers that are all kind of tuned to give it a specific type of color. Really, really cool stuff. And there's the diffuser delays in there. And yeah, so hopefully you guys found this interesting. It's been a while, mostly because I've been working on an EP of my own music, so if you guys are into ambient bleeps and bloops and electronic music, which I'm guessing you are because you're here and you're listening, so if you are interested, I'm going to be uploading some of my own music in a couple days, so be sure to check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you later.